Hi everybody, my name is HeroicNerd, and if you will remember, not too long ago we were reading a comic book that featured a very specific, odd-looking supervillain, and his name was the Porcupine. So I fell in love with this guy because, well, I mean, look at him. Look at this guy! He looks ridiculous. That is by far the strangest, most ridiculous thing I have ever seen. And I am astonished because he is in Tales to Astonish. And I did a little research. Turns out he happens to be an arch nemesis of Ant-Man and the Wasp. As we can see here, Ant-Man is drowning and the Wasp is powerless to save him. And of course, no one that lives is mighty enough to resist the Porcupine. The dreaded Porcupine, mind you, a supervillain you'll never forget. And considering the events that led up to me filming this episode, I'm going to say yes, because I followed this guy all over. You'd be surprised, he has quite an interesting power set. Well, he doesn't have powers, really. He's not a porcupine, it's a suit. It's a porcupine suit. It's so fucking stupid. God, I love the Silver Age of comics. It's ridiculous. But anyway, he is a villain of Ant-Man. Oh, that's what it was. Ant-Man. We saw him in that Ant-Man video when we were exploring the Scarlet Beetle. So now here I am covering another Ant-Man villain. And we have Ant-Man here drowning inside of a giant, what looks like a faucet or a sink or something. But we don't need to know about that now, because Ant-Man and the Wasp are going to defy the Porcupine. That's an army ordnance plant below us, Jan. Some of the finest inventive brains in the country work there, constantly striving to create newer and better weapons to kill our enemies. I wonder if Tony Stark is down there. You worry about the weapons, Ant-Man. I'd rather think about all the glamorous, eligible males who must be working there. Sigh, I wish we had something to investigate down there. You can just go and talk to them, I guess. You're an Avenger, so I'm sure they'd be happy to talk to you. A light, bantering conversation occurs as the Ant-Man and the Wasp wing their way over the Army Ordnance Center. Yet, how can they know that within those walls a threat is being spawned? A peril with which they will soon come to grips. That the most dangerous and deadly menace they have ever faced is even at that moment taking shape. But just as Ant-Man and the Wasp are unaware of what is happening below, so Alex Gentry in the lab at the Ordnance Center is unaware of their flight above him as he holds a picture in his hand and studies it. So that's it, look. Okay, first of all, how is Ant-Man flying anywhere? He doesn't have wings. He never had wings. It's stupid. Did he? Do I have to read the previous issue? And second of all, that's where it is. He's a supervillain just like Tony Stark. He invented super armor that gives him powers, but he did it at an army base. And there he is, that smug son of a bitch. He's about to become a supervillain and he knows it. Yes, the Porcupine is nature's perfect fighting machine for both attack or defense. A creature that wears its weapons and then shoots them at his enemies. So simple, so direct. It's so foolproof. Foolproof plan. Why didn't anybody think of it sooner? Just fucking become a porcupine, no problem. Using the Porcupine as a model, I think my combat suit is the ultimate in weaponry. Every soldier wearing it will become a one-man regiment. I personally shall make the final test, but without loading the quill like tubes. So what is inside of it? And I mustn't forget the gas mask so that the wearer will not be affected by fumes from the gas tubes. Yes, each button controls a special group of tubes. Once the quills are loaded, some with gas, some with stun pellets, ammonia, liquid fire, detector mine tubes, and all the rest, the man who wears this suit will be able to defeat any foe. Boy, they were quite imaginative back then. None of that makes any sense, and knowing what we know about technology now, it's downright laughable. But back then, this is some serious business. When I was a kid, my God, I would have taken this very seriously. I would have shit my pants thinking of all the power this guy has. A man could become all-powerful by wearing my marvelous porcupine suit. And what will be my reward for turning it over to the government? Will I become rich, powerful? No, they'll say good job. Gentry. Now whip us up something else, and maybe if you're really successful in the next year or two, we'll give you a $10 raise if the Defense Department okays it. No, not this time. This is my one big chance I could become a king using this suit. Yes, a king of criminals. Me, Alex Gentry. No, not Alex Gentry, the Porcupine. I should become the greatest criminal the world has ever known. It's a little arrogant there. He lacks humility. I'm not saying that I disagree with the way he's being treated. I mean, I'd probably pay him for his invention. I don't know. I mean, just if only to keep him from becoming a supervillain, and for having him fight the Ant-Man. Take an idea, no matter how diabolical, add opportunity, then sprinkle with ruthlessness, and we have the birth of a new menace. All my life, I've been just another unknown, unsung scientist, but I am too brilliant to remain that way. By sundown, the name of the Porcupine will be known throughout the world, he says. And I'll be as rich as Midas. Now to select the items for my quill tubes. Oh man, look, he has a whole ass inventory of ammunition. Dude, this guy is fucking cool. I'll use the lab as my headquarters. Who would ever think of looking for a master criminal at an army ordnance center? Well, maybe the army that fucking petitioned you to create the damn thing might have one or two questions. Now let's see. The atomic pellets, liquid fire, gas pellets, fog pellets, liquid cement. He's like Batman. He's got something for everything. I like it. I really, really like it. The next day, Henry and Jan meet to attend the opening of the new bank whose anti-burglar devices were invented by Henry Pym, aka Ant-Man. Jan, you look flushed, feverish if I say. I think you are ill, you shouldn't have come. Oh, I'll be alright, Henry, although I hope my nose isn't getting too red. I can't think of anything but the way you look. I'm taking you right home. What, are they together in this? Or not? Are they just partners? I didn't read too many of these. Just like the Scarlet Beetle and then his origin. Oh, shush, you silly worrywart. I'm alright. Stop sounding so much like a husband. Yeah, goddammit, you're just her fucking boyfriend. Who do you think you are? Attention, folks. I want to tell you a little bit about our new bank before it is officially open. We have the largest vault in the world. It can only be opened by 2 people whose fingerprints were previously recorded. Sensitive mechanisms within the combination dial read the prints. I thought you were going to hold my hand, but I see you only wanted to feel my pulse. Oh, how terrible, gosh. You have someone that cares about you. Oh, I feel so bad for you, Jan. But as the bank president continues his speech, a strange, bulky figure enters unnoticed in the crowd. And the steel compound of the vault cannot be affected by anything unless the flame so hot that it could melt diamonds. It's a good thing too, for inside that vault, $5 million are safely stored away. Oh my god. Nothing can get in, nothing except a porcupine. The burglar alarms throughout the building are a new and daringly different design. As advertised, the bank is absolutely burglar-proof and contains every possible safeguard against robbery. That's interesting because the burglar has every possible way of getting past it. Now I would like to introduce you to the man who designed our bank's protective system, the eminent scientist, Mr. Henry. Suddenly, a strange murmur runs through the crowd, a shifting of unease stirring. Uh-oh, somebody better call the zoo. Oh, look, Henry, that figure, what a strange costume. You didn't tell me that you were going to pull a gag like this. I have a sneaking suspicion that this isn't a gag, Jan. I gave him the E. The E. Sir, I don't know who you are, but this is in very poor taste, and I'm sure you don't belong here. Guards, throw that creature out. But of course, I, the Porcupine, belong here. Where else does a bank robber belong but in a bank? He's got you. He's got you. You didn't think about that shit, but it's true. As the guards rush forward, the Porcupine presses a stud in his belt and tear gas to blind them temporarily, with liquid cement to clog their weapons, making them useless. My God. He's got everything. He thought of everything. Then pandemonium breaks loose. Help! Let's get out! Not without a whiff of sleeping gas. Oh my God, he's the best. He's incredible. People jam against each other looking for escape, but the doors open inward and the pressure of the panicky crowd keeps them closed, locking everyone in. It's some kind of sleeping gas. I'll try to block out as much as you can with your handkerchief. Henry, we've got to do something. There's only one way. We've got to transform into Ant-Man and the Wasp. But we can't do anything in this crowd. We can scarcely move. I'm beginning to feel drowsy. Oh, it's because you're sick, you stupid idiot. You should have let him take you home. You wouldn't be in this mess. Now a smoke screen to hide my movements. Then acetylene flames as hot as any yet devised by man to burn through the vault lock. Oh my God. I love Ant-Man. He's great. I love him. I'm rooting for the Porcupine on this one. I hope he gets away with the money. Because he's effective. He's intelligent and he's competent. And I like those traits in a person. Jan, lie down flat on your face. Put your nose close to the door. The gas rises, Jan. Do you hear me, Jan? The gas rises. It's basic fucking science. Would that really... I don't think that'll really work. With the sleeping gas fumes slowly draining his strength, Henry Pym drags the inert form of the lovely Jan over the sleeping figures on the floor. If I can reach the office, shut the shut door, keep out the fumes, and I've got to make it just another few inches until the window. I must get air. Sleepy, sleepy, motherfucker. Meanwhile, the main hall of the bank. Okay, so he's got air. Aha! It was easier than I anticipated, and yet a fortune, mine, all mine. And this is just the beginning. The Porcupine will loot the treasure troves of the world. You see, that's where every supervillain goes wrong. They go too far. Get one bank and take all the money, and then just like live off of that, and then like invest it, and then like you know what I mean? Laden with his loot, the Porcupine presses another button in his belt, activating a group of power jets that lift him high over the city. By the time they awake, I will be safely home. And a few minutes later, yay, Jan is awake! Oh, Henry, I was having the nicest dream. I met the most romantic boy. Yes, okay, are you... Oh, look, he's already fucking Ant-Man. Wait, now I remember that bank, the Porcupine creature. What do we do now? Oh, that's cool. They think he's a monster, but he's not. That's dumb. What would a monster need with money? We do nothing, but Ant-Man and Wasp have a job to do. We can't let that Porcupine get away with this. I guaranteed that my devices would make this bank burglar-proof. You got fat chance of getting that glory back. That's long sailed, bro. That shit got burglarized on day one. You're done. You're done for. You'll never work in this town again. And again, gas squirrels. But this time, it's to the astonishing reducing gas. And in seconds, Henry Pym and Janet Van Dyne become Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quick, let's make ourselves much, much smaller. We'll just walk under the door, and it's too late. He's already looted the bank and disappeared. Henry, my head is spinning. I feel faint. I'd better get you home right away. I knew you were feeling ill. Here come the police. Nothing can be done here now. Ant-Man sends out a call to his ants. Through his cybernetic helmet within seconds, Thorn arrives. Yes, that's what I'm saying, dude. You gotta send out the ants, bro. They gotta find the Porcupine. It's worth being ill to have you hold me in your arms like this, Hank. Poor kid. The fever's made you delirious. Is that the thing where she secretly has a crush on him? That's silly. I'm not the one who's sick. What are you made of, stone? Hey, you know what? She got a point. Come on. Give her a little bit of the sweet stuff. Come on. You're an ant. You like sugar. Don't pretend. Stop talking like a child. This is no time for the sweet nothings. This is a time when the porcupine is at large. Yes! You're right. You know what? You're right. I'm sorry. I apologize for what I said. Let's go get the porcupine. I've sent the doctor, dear. Just take it easy, little partner. The aspirin I gave you should reduce your fever soon. Fine thing. When this is the only way I can get you to call me dear. Remember to stay put until your fever breaks. I've got to go and contact the ants. You and your old ants, I'll bet if I had 6 legs, you'd like me. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's not an image that I like. Ugh. It reminds me of Spiderman. You remember when Spiderman became a real spitter? And he had 6 arms? Or was it 8? 6 arms? I don't know. She's still asleep. It will do her good. I'll turn on the radio and see if there's any more news of the porcupine. Meanwhile, as a bank in the downtown district opens and the depositors start filing in... Look! It's the porcupine! Paralyzing pellets and hypnotic wheels should keep everybody under control. What the hell? Paralyzing pellets and hypnotic wheels? His suit does everything. I fucking love it, dude. The fearful eyes of everyone in the bank follow the whirling wheels and in seconds are trapped in a hypnotic trance. One thing is certain, Ant-Man and the Wasp will be on my trail before very long, so I must prepare for them after this job. But unblinking eyes, many faceted ant eyes, watch the porcupine's every move as he leaves through an alley after his second brazen theft. Holy crap, you know what? The coolest part of the Ant-Man is that he has a spy ring, his own personal spy ring of thousands of little ants. Look at it, they even make the ant look like a spy, like they draw him like it's a World War II comic. It's fucking great. Each step of the way, an army of ants watch as he divests himself of his porcupine identity and enters the ordnance building. Soon, messages are relayed to Ant-Man's electronic communications machine. An army of ordnance center, top floor lab. It doesn't seem possible that the porcupine should come from there. Oh, but my ants are never wrong. They're not wrong, dude. He's an American and he's turned greedy. I like money though. I can't see, that's why people like the villains. Because people like money. People don't like altruism. They really don't. Because if they did, there'd be more of it in this world. You can't argue with me on that one. It's true. The comic says so. In seconds, through the use of his reducing gas, Henry Pym becomes Ant-Man again. And I'll let Jan sleep. She needs it, and I'll handle this all by myself. Down a tiny elevator to his small but highly efficient catapult, Ant-Man goes. He presses a lever and the catapult ejects him high into the air. Meanwhile, later, inside the charged wire that surrounds the Army's ordnance building, uh-oh, the guard wouldn't have seen me, but the doggy. Oh my god, that must be the scariest fucking thing. He got him with the grr. Come on, Alf, you're seeing things. There isn't anything there. The dog's like, you idiot. It's an Ant-Man, goddammit. I know what I saw. Then, without further incident, Ant-Man crawls under the door to the top floor lab and emerges in Stygian darkness. Welcome, Ant-Man. I've been expecting you. Your tiny size won't save you this time, Ant-Man. Was there a previous time? This is the first time you've met. So, explain that. These phosphorescent pellets are attracted to the metal of your helmet and will spotlight you no matter where you try to hide while I remain in the dark. The porcupine chuckles as he presses another button on his belt, and tiny nets, tiny Ant-Man specific nets. Oh my god. I love the Silver Age. Attracted by magnetic fields. Oh, he's glowing. Oh no. Don't struggle, Ant-Man. It is all so futile. I can't get loose in time. No, the nets, the tiny nets. Now I merely remove the net, and then I carefully take your helmet, lasso, and belt with its tiny tubes. I'm not going to leave you any means of escape, my ant-sized foe. Oh, I've got to contact... Yeah, get the ants. That'll fuck him up. Dude, that's one shit. If he's in the porcupine suit, he can't do shit against the ants. But before Ant-Man can summon his insect friends, his helmet is plucked from his head. Come along, Ant-Man, you're going for a swim. By the time I get back, we'll see if you were able to remain above water long enough to survive. Ooh, that's cold. Porcupine, that's cold. I like it when you are stealing money, because I like money, but killing superheroes is where I draw the line, sir. I am hoping now for your defeat. Treading water frantically, Ant-Man hears the Porcupine departing footsteps, and then silence. Moments pass, his arms and legs grow weary as he desperately seeks a way out of the slippery tub. Meanwhile, back at the lab, the Wasp, her fever normal again, begins to worry about Ant-Man's prolonged absence. She's very healthy. She recovered very quick. That's great. Only one thing could have taken him away. He's tracked down the Porcupine. I'll check with the ants. They'll know where he is. Then, an electronics communications machine changing the antenna impulses of the ants into human language, bringing an ominous message to the Wasp. Ant-Man entered the Army Ordnance Building, top floor laboratory, trailing the Porcupine. He's been gone over long, but we cannot go to him unless the command is to us. You must meet me at the lab. I fear Ant-Man is in danger and needs our help. In seconds, the now frantic girl reduces her size and prepares for action. What are you gonna do, Wasp? I'm not being aggressive either. I really want to know, what the fuck are you gonna do? Maybe it's my woman's intuition, but I'm sure Henry's in trouble. Although he wouldn't be if he hadn't treated me like an invalid and had taken me with him. Oh, god damn it. You were sick. You know what? Fuck it. From now on, you're going on every mission. I don't care. Broken legs, bruises, bleeding. I don't care. You're going on every mission whether you like it or not. Henry. Where are you, Henry? In here. Hurry. I can't hold out much longer. I've never been so glad to see anyone in my life. Aha, some compliment. When you're drowning, you're glad to see me. Following the Wasp's directions, the anchor ants grasp the faucet with 4 of his legs, holding onto the next ant with the other 2. Then they form a living chain of ant bodies reaching down to the water and to the exhausted Ant-Man. Careful, be careful now. I've got you, Jen. You fucking did it. You fucking beautiful bitch. I can't believe you pulled it off. But the Porcupine will be back any minute, and we must be ready for him. Just let me catch my breath. Meanwhile, Jan, get me my belt and helmet. They're on the sink. Just like a man. The minute you're safe, you start giving orders. Never mind, Jan. I'll just get it myself. Fuck it. We've got to find some way to plug his quill tubes. Oh my god, the liquid cement. You remember how the liquid cement he started out the plug? The bank guard's guns will use his own weapons to defeat him. Quick, pull, good. It's tipping. They're gonna use the cement. I found some plastic bags. Will they be of any help? Just what we need. I'll pry the stopper off this can in seconds. As we fill them, we'll twist the ends closed and the ants can carry them up to the top of the table. Hurry back. The Porcupine will be back any minute. They're just gonna fucking get... Oh my god, what if he suffocates? Finally, Ant-Man and his tiny insect warriors climb to the tabletop. If this was an adventure story, it would say, the tension mounts at this point. Shut up, Jan. I hear footsteps. And then... Ha! I see you, Ant-Man. You're cleverer than I thought, but this time you will not escape. Neither will the Wasp or your helpless ants. But the Porcupine's fingers fly to his button-studded belt, but before he can press the button that will release the lethal radiation gas, the Wasp strikes with... What is that? Good work, Wasp. Now quickly jump atop one of the stacks. We've got to cover him in fucking cement. Oh my god, no. Not the Porcupine. But I loved him so. But he was evil. He was evil and therefore must be destroyed. but he probably will return. I might read another Porcupine story. This is all right. With his dreaded weapon tubes clogged with cement, the Porcupine presses his control buttons in vain. I'm still not beaten. You forget, my back quills are still workable. Oh, I forgot about the accursed ants. What about the accursed ants? Meanwhile, Ant-Man lassos Porcupine's arm, and then bam. But as the Porcupine plunges towards the ground, he frantically pushes 2 more studs on his belt, and 2 tiny jet tubes untouched by liquid cement break his fall. Ant-Man won the first round, but I'll make my suit more perfect and then I'll be back. Oh, Henry, if I hadn't gotten here in time, if anything had happened to you. There, take it easy, Jan. Listen, get back to the lab. I've got something for you. Oh, what can it be? Furs? Jewelry? Perhaps a ring? Nah, it ain't none of that shit. I got this for you. It's Aromycin. I want you to go back and take this antibiotic. I don't want you to have a relapse of the flu. Henry Pym, I hate you. Yeah, like I always say, you can't please a female. You can. You just have to give her lots of money and furs and shit, like she just said. She was just thinking it, dude. That's how you please a female. You gotta give her money. Give her, you know, like rare shit. You gotta make her feel special, Ant-Man. You gotta do that. You gotta. Otherwise, she's not gonna marry you, you know. And you can't have little ant babies or whatever. I mean, it is what it is, man. You play the game or not. I don't care. I like your adventures. I hope Porcupine comes back. I'm giving him a solid. I don't know. I want to give him a 9 out of 10. Is he a 10 out of 10 villain? I can't give him a 10 out of 10 villain because a 10 out of 10 is reserved for only the greatest of the greats, like the Dooms and the Kingpins and the Lokis and some such whatever. But I give him a 9 out of 10. You know why? He's great. He's a good foil for Ant-Man because Ant-Man has a cybernetic suit of armor that gives him special powers, and the Porcupine is the same way. But instead of ants, he's porcupines, you know? So it's cool. It's really cool. I really like it. I really love how campy it is and how he has a solution for every single problem. Mwah! Chef's kiss. But anyway, what did you guys think? Did you like the Porcupine? Do you agree? Is he a 9 out of 10? I certainly was entertained by him, and I like to see Ant-Man go up like against a military, like more technology-based villain, because it reflects his abilities really well, and I like that. But anyway, that's it for this comic book. If you liked reading this comic with me and you want to read more comics with me, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Until next time, nerds, stay heroic.